breath is just the clock ticking.
My husband is not my husband.
What if what they're saying is real? Have you noticed anything?
I have.
What? He seems a little disconnected.
A new drug has just been approved called Thorazine, which relaxes psychotic patients. You could say tames them.
And which school are you, Doc?
Me? I have this radical idea that if you treat a patient with respect, listen to him, try and understand, you just might reach him.
These patients, huh?
Even these.
Maybe you shouldn't get out.
What would I do if I did? I don't know the world anymore. They say there are bombs that can reduce whole cities to ash. And what do you call them? Televisions, voices and faces coming from a box. I hear enough voices already.
Try to calm down. You can fool them, but you gotta calm down. Don't show emotion. Then they can't tell who's who.
You know I was like you. But the first thing you learn about emotion is that it has its price. Complete paradox. But without restraint, without control, emotion is chaos.
But how is that different?
The difference being is that when we want to feel, we can. It's just that some of us have to forego that luxury so that the rest can have it. Some very few of us have to force ourselves not to feel. Like me. Like you.
What? What do you do?
I don't know.
That's my wife. 俺だよ。どこにいる？声出してもらう。声出してもらって。
こっち。
声出してもらう。どこ？
But the eyes of every child are filled with potential and hope, and we should embrace and nourish that potential, but we don't. And we continue to make the same mistakes. We continue to let the children grow up broken and lost, just like their parents. We have to break the cycle. It has to be a priority, but it's not. That's what I've been trying to do. That's what I've done everywhere. And what did I change? Nothing. Yes, I cared, I helped, I cuddled, thinking I was bringing change, thinking I was making a difference. But when we asked for real change, all these bureaucrats said, no, you can't do that. There's a process. Every time we question the politicians and the system that makes poor people poorer and the children suffer, they said, no, you can't do that. There's a process. So the cycle goes on and goes on and goes on. And the children continue to suffer, and no one does anything about it, and the world will never change.
I wanted this life. I wanted it. I made it happen. I guess it's better this way, right? Right? Right?
There's nothing you don't feel? How about guilt?
Let me ask you something. Why are you alive?
I'm alive. I live to safeguard the continuity of this great society, to serve Libria.
It's circular. You exist to continue your existence. What's the point?
What's the point of your existence?
To feel. Because you've never done it, you can never know it. But it's as vital as breath. And without it, without love, without anger, without sorrow, breath is just a clock, ticking. Without love, breath is just a clock, ticking.
I believe I've spent enough time in the company of death.
Goest thou to hell and swiftly please, and there may Asmodeus himself suckle from your diseased teat.
No one talks like you anymore, Barnabas.
Yes, indeed.
You're a fraud, Helen. You're a walking lie, and I can see right through you. Speaking of which, as a friend, some advice. I would stay out of a bathing suit for a while, at least to do these. Or if I...
Just shove them out of the way.
They're human beings, John, not sheep.
If you insist on splitting hairs.
I do, actually.
That one looks like a sheep.